Hi guys, today we are going to discuss about Jenkins, where how we can implement DevOps lifecycle using freestyle job and Maven job. So other types of jobs we will see in the next session. So we know from the day one I was saying DevOps lifecycle having the three main components. One is code, build, and deploy. So let's see how we can implement that in Jenkins. So code means I can relate to source code management. Build means I can relate it to build. Deploy means I can relate it to postable actions. So if you wanted to configure a freestyle job, the basic configuration you need to do is you have to go to the Jenkins user interface, go to the manage Jenkins, and click on the configure system. Under shell executable, you just add this path. Since mine is a Windows machine, I'm adding this path. But if yours is Linux or any other Mac OS, you don't need to add this path because default you will be getting the shell executable. So since the option for the freestyle, if any Windows based Jenkins are there, you just have to add this path. Now, as I said, I'm relating code to the source code management. To enable the source code management, we need Git. So we have to install that Git plugin. After that, we can use our GitHub repository. And during the build, we can invoke Maven package command. We already did this thing using manual way. And during the post build action, we can do the deployment. So for deployment, we need another kind of plugin that is called as deploy to container. Once we install deploy to container plugin, we can configure the below settings and then we will be able to deploy our package to the Tomcat server. Let's see practically how we can do that. So this is the Jenkins user interface. To make it clear, I will create one separate folder. I will call it as some DevOps team so that it will be nice. I select a folder and press OK. So in the folder called DevOps, I will create a new job. Let me save it. So I can say DevOps folder is created. Now I click on the new item and I wanted to practice today about freestyle. I select the freestyle and press OK. So, and I will also click on save. If I go to the DevOps folder, I can see freestyle job is created, but I don't know how to use. No worry. Just click on the name freestyle. Your job will be open. In that, on the left side, you can see configure option. If you click a configure, you can configure any kind of options you can whatever you wanted to configure. Once you do the configuration, you can click on build now so that your task can be executed. So I'll click on configure. And as I told you, source code management, build, and post build actions are the main important things. So let me click on the source code management. Since I already have Git plugin, so I don't need to install. So at the time of installing Jenkins in your machine, by default it will ask you to install a couple of plugins. In that context, I installed Git, so it came by default. Now I will choose the repository URL. So I already have the repository URL here. I will take this repository URL and paste it here. And you already know this is the repository for Maven. And
Banu, one thing, if those plugins were not installed while Jenkins installing, so we can install here itself, right?
yes, I will show you how you can install the plugins by after configuring this thing. So in the source code management, you have added the Git URL. Now let's click on the build. In the build, you have to run the Maven command, Maven package command. So what you need to do, minimize this thing and select execute shell. Type mvn package. So we have configured source code management and build section also we have configured. Now the next section what it is, post build action what it is, deploy a container plugin should be installed. So first I will validate whether the plugin is there or not. So first I will save and then go to the other section. I will go to the main menu and click on the manage Jenkins and I will go to the manage plugins. So as Ashwin asked, if there are any plugins not installed properly, or if there are issues in the plugins, you will be able to see in this section. So it will throw you some errors and warnings like these plugins are having some issues. At that time, in the drop down, you will see all of the plugins. Now we are unable to see because all things are good. But let me show you here. See, all the plugins doesn't have an issue and not showing any red color warnings. If there are any plugins not installed properly or any having any issues with the dependency plugins, they will throw errors, so that you can select the plugin and click install so that the plugin can be installed. Now I will validate whether the deploy to container plugin is already installed or not. So let me search it here in the install list. See, deploy to container plugin is already installed. But if you wanted to install freshly, let me uninstall and show you how we can do that. Just now I installed deploy to plugin. Now let me type deploy. The same plugin can be downloaded during runtime from internet. So deploy to plugin, deploy to container should be available in the list, and deployed container. Uh, Deploy install. Let me search
And I
again
think
in
it is deployed.
deploy to container plugin. Okay, see, this is uninstall pending, because any plugin you install or do uninstall, it requires a Jenkins restart. So let me do that for you. You can restart the Jenkins in the from the browser URL itself. It will ask you to do the confirmation, and it will restart in couple of seconds. Now Jenkins is restarted. Let me see if the plugin is properly uninstalled from the Jenkins. Let me go to the manage plugins and click on install, and I will search for deploy, and I don't think so. Yeah, that is not coming, means it is not installed. So we can install from the available section. In the previous version of Jenkins, we can see all of the plugins which are available as a drop down. But this one version of Jenkins not showing all the list. Or maybe they have done some update. Whatever the plugin you wanted to install, you can simply type here, and after a couple of seconds, it is getting displayed. See, deploy to container option is available. You can select the plugin and you can install it in two ways. One is install without restart, or download now and install after restart. So it depends on the plugin. Some plugins without restart also can be installed. Some plugins mandatory need restart. So how you will identify the difference means, once you install the plugin without restart, it will throw some kind of warning. It mandatory need restart. At that time only you need to restart the Jenkins to affect the changes. Currently, I don't think so it requires a restart to install the plugin. I think it is currently installing right now. Let's wait for a few seconds. These two plugins are installed. If you see, we have installed deploy to container plugin only. But additionally, another plugin is also installed, loading plugin extensions. That is a dependency plugin for deploy to container plugin. But no worries. So it will automatically pick up the dependency plugins. Let's go back to our Jenkins freestyle job and do the rest of configuration. I'll click on the click on configure, and I will navigate to deployment section, that is called post build actions. In the post build actions, in the drop down, there are many options, but you can select deploy var year to a container. In the section, you can specify options like, as I mentioned here, for var year files, you can put this kind of format, double star slash star dot var. What does that mean is, whatever the var file you are going to create by using the build command, it can pick up. And the context path means wherever you wanted to deploy whatever the path name. You can give any path name, but I have given the same name as what we have generated the war file. So since we know that we have given like this, or you can give another file name. And in the add container, you can select your Tomcat version. Let me see what is my Tomcat version. I already opened my Tomcat and it is up and running. So Tomcat by default it runs on 8080 port, and if you wanted to change, you can change. Since we are running Jenkins and Tomcat on the both same machine, I changed the Tomcat port to different one. So I will show you how you can change the Tomcat port to a different port. So first let's go to that. So go to the Tomcat installation directory, My Computer, C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 1.0, CONF folder, and here you can see server.xml. Open the server.xml with Notepad++. Scroll down a little bit and go until connector port. So by default, it will have 8080 as a port number. You can mention as 8082 and save it. Once you save it, the Notepad++ will ask you to open this file in a administrative mode. So you say as yes and open it as a administrative mode and again save the file. So whenever you do the configuration changes, Tomcat definitely need a restart. So you can do a restart of Tomcat. How you can do? If your machine is Windows machine, you can click on Start button, type services.msc. So in that, you can select Apache Tomcat and click on Restart so that your Tomcat can be restarted. But if it is Linux or Mac OS, you can simply run a command called service tomcat restart or any other relevant command depending on the operating system. So in this way, you can change the port number of Tomcat. Now we already changed the port number. So I will open the list of applications. So the context path means whatever the path which is going to take here. That is what I wanted to put here. Now I want the Tomcat version. So I will scroll down a bit and see what is the Tomcat version. It is 7.0.57. So in the drop down, I will select here Tomcat 7.x remote so that it will give you some options. So I will put the Tomcat URL as whatever the Tomcat URL of mine, I will put it here. So what is your, it is localhost 8082. You can give your Tomcat, and this Tomcat has some credentials. We know that those credentials. So those credentials must be added to Jenkins. That's why you need to click on the add and click on the Jenkins. Once you do that, it will ask you to enter the Tomcat credentials. You put Tomcat credentials. You put proper Tomcat credentials and type Tomcat credentials in the ID section description so that it can be visualized properly. The ID and description is your choice, but username and password you should put proper one. I have added the credentials. Now I will choose from the drop down Tomcat credentials. So what it will do, by the time of deploying this war file, it will take the credentials from this drop down and connect it to this Tomcat and upload our .war file. This is what it will do. So with this section, I will cover the deploy part also. That means in the DevOps lifecycle, we have three main points. One is code. I think I already told many times. Code is nothing but source code management. Build is nothing but build, that is Maven package, and deploy is nothing but post build actions. Now we have configured our Jenkins freestyle job. Let's see how far it can run properly. I'm clicking on the build now. Build now is the option to execute your job. Each execution of job can be called as one single build. So if you run this job for 100 times, 100 number of builds will be created. So each build will be labeled with a digit that is called build number. And whenever a build is happening, you can see the corresponding log. If you click on the build, you can see the console output. The same console output you can also observe in the plain text. So it all depend on you. So I wanted to see the console output here. See what is happening. So as I said, code. Code means it has to get the code from GitHub repository. That is why it is cloned the GitHub repository content to local machine. And in the second step, what it has to do, it has to do the Maven package. That means building is happening. So this is all the progress in this section. Build is happening. So what it is showing, build is success. That means it is created a war file. This is the same similar way which we have done in manual way in the previous sessions. And what is the third section? Deploy. Deploy means attempting to deploy one war file. What it does, it is copying that war file to Tomcat 7.x version which we have provided, and it is done. The activity is done properly, and that is why it is showing finished as success. So let me open on the Tomcat and show you. So I will reload the Tomcat page and see, I can see war file is properly deployed. If I open the new tab, I can see the Tomcat. So we have covered code, build, deploy, three sections using freestyle job. Let me again show you the three steps. One is code, this is build, and this is deploy. I hope you are very much clear about this code, build, deploy concept. So if you have any questions, you can ask me now. Once we do code, build, deploy, these are the default and main stages of DevOps life cycle that we have implemented using freestyle job. Now let's go to the another section. So when we add another stage of DevOps life cycle, those are called unit test and some integration tests also there. Code scan, that is nothing but in our case we are doing using SonarQube. Upload to Nexus, that means we are uploading to Nexus also, and deploying to Tomcat. So if you want, you can add this number of stages to the same freestyle job. You got me? Yeah. To implement other stages like unit test, we already know. We simply have to do is Maven space. If you provide test, it will also perform test. If you by default when you put Maven package means it will by default run the test. But additional if you put test also, that will be nothing wrong. And we wanted to cover SonarQube analysis also. So you can put like this so that the code scan also can be performed and the scan report will be published to SonarQube. For this, the mandatory thing is that you need to start the SonarQube. Okay, I think my SonarQube is up and running. Once I do the job build, the SonarQube analysis can be published. So this is SonarQube. And what is the next section? Build already we configured. And what is the other one? Upload to Nexus. Let's see if there is a plugin available to upload to Nexus. Yeah. So using Maven itself, we can upload to Nexus. That is why I simply add a stage called Maven deploy. So what Maven deploy does? So whenever Maven deploy runs, it will upload the artifacts to Nexus. In the actual deployment call, in this section, it will upload the artifacts to Tomcat. So using the simple commands, we can run test, we can run SonarQube analysis, we can do the package, we can run upload the artifacts to Nexus, and using the post build actions, we can upload the artifacts to Tomcat as well. Now I click save, and I again click on the build now. I will open the second build. I think it will take 1 or 2 seconds to load the second. Yeah, I got it now. Yeah. If you see, the first section cloning is done. The second one is building is happening, and third one is SonarQube analysis is also happening. I think in the previous section, test also might be happening, or sometimes it also skips because if there is nothing to test, it will skip. Yeah, no test to run. That is fine. And this is a SonarQube analysis running. I think SonarQube analysis is over. Where is that? Yeah, analysis is done. It has uploaded to SonarQube. And let me scroll down and see. It is also uploading artifacts to Nexus. Wonderful. And let me clone it further. It also uploaded to Nexus also. Build is success. And it has uploaded to Tomcat also. Wonderful. It has covered all of the stages. let me validate that. Tomcat is already having the latest deployed war file. That is fine. And this is the application. And let's go to the another one and refresh the SonarQube page. I can see Maven war example scan report is already published here. That's good. And let's go to the Nexus repository and refresh and go to the snapshot. I can see one more war file is already uploaded to ASN for example. In this section, because of multiple timestamps, we should this is the one I think the latest uploaded one. Nexus is uploaded. So let's see if we cover all of the shell. Code is covered, unit test is covered, code scan is covered, build is covered, uploading to Nexus is covered, deploying to Tomcat is covered. This is how all the DevOps lifecycle stages can be implemented in Jenkins, and this is the way of automation. So in this section, what you did, you just made Tomcat is make sure Tomcat is up and running, make sure SonarQube is up and running, make sure Nexus is up and running, and then make sure Jenkins is up and running, and you do provide your configurations and simply click on the build now, so that Jenkins will take care of all of the activity from code to deployment. I will pause here and see if you have any questions. Yeah, since all the stages are we are able to implement using freestyle job, let's go to the Maven type of job. So if you wanted to implement Maven type of job for DevOps lifecycle, you still have to follow some of the basic configuration. So what you have to do is you have to go to Jenkins user interface, go to the manage Jenkins, and under the global tool configuration, you have to under the Maven and further under Maven installation, you have to click on the add Maven. Under that, you have to name it Maven-3 and uncheck install automatically and enter your Maven home path. Maven home means it does not need bin. If you provide until Apache-Maven 3.6.3 is enough. This is the first step towards running the Maven job. And the second step is installing the Maven integration plugin. Let me show you how we can do these two things. I'm opening the Jenkins. I'm opening the Jenkins main page. I click on the manage Jenkins. I will go to global tool configuration and I will scroll down. I'll scroll down completely and click on the Maven installations. So this is the section I was talking about. It was when you initially open install automatically was checked, but I don't want this thing, and I will provide my local path of Maven, and you don't need to include the bin. You can simply name it like Maven-3 and click on save. This is how the first option can be configured, and second option is to install the Maven integration plugin. So to install the plugin, you need to go to the manage plugins and first check if the plugin is already installed. In my case, my plugin is already installed. Maven integration plugin is already installed. So in your case, you can click on the available section and type for Maven and wait for a couple of seconds so that it can load. And Maven integration plugin has a lot of dependency plugins. So for the first time, you might get failures, but you could keep on trying for 2 to 3 times or couple of times so that the Maven integration plugin can be installed. Because this version of Jenkins is downloading the plugin during runtime. So until you see Maven integration plugin like this, you keep on trying so that you can install the Maven integration plugin. Once these two prerequisites are satisfied only, then only you can configure the Maven type of job. Now I will open my folder called DevOps. In that, I will click on new item. In that, I will select Maven project. Once you install these two prerequisites as I said in the slide, then only you will be able to see Maven project. I will type it as Maven and select the Maven job and click on OK. So the Maven configuration of this job will open for me. I'll initially click on save and click on the DevOps folder so that I can show you. The first freestyle job we have already did, and this is second one is called Maven job. If you see the color difference is there. Why the color difference means the first job is showing build is successful, that is why it is in blue color. The second job not yet ran as of now, That is why it is showing in the grayed out color. Let me open the Maven job and click on the configure section so that I can give my inputs. As I told you, any type of job we need you have mandatory three items. One is source code management and build and post build actions. Since it doesn't have post steps here, in the last drop down you will be able to see that. You can click on the source code management and provide the URL as a specified here. You can copy from here and just paste it in the Git section. If you don't see Git here, that means you also need to install the Git. Since this GitHub repository is public, and that is why I'm not adding any credentials. But if your repository having any credentials, then you need to click on the add and click on the Jenkins and provide your credentials. I'll scroll down. I'll go to the build section. Since this job is type of Maven, it will by default give an option to provide the Maven goal instead of Maven command. So you don't need to put MVN. You can simply type package. And under the post build action, here we have the drop down. Since we already installed deploy artifacts to container, let's click that. And the same options will appear here. So what are the options we need to keep? */**var. Just keep. And context path you can give some Maven job deploy. You can give any name as per your wish. Since we already configured the credentials, I will choose as it is. And I will select the Tomcat URL. I have selected. Code section I have selected. You have seen here. Build section I have selected. You have seen here. Post build actions are also selected. So let me save it and run it for you. I clicked on build now. I think it is running. Let me see the progress. Yeah, the initial git clone is happening. So that is good. And then after that, what is happening? Parsing the forms. It is reading the form.xml and doing Maven package section. So what we are doing, the same DevOps lifecycle code build deploy we are implementing using Maven type of project in Jenkins. So Jenkins provides different type of jobs, not only freestyle, not only Maven, and some other jobs also it will provide. Whatever job type you select in Jenkins, the main thing is to implement code, build, deploy. You might get irritated to hear about the three terminologies throughout the course, but other people will not say all these things like this in this simple manner, because I understand the core logic of what is DevOps. So that is why I'm focusing on code, build, deploy, so that you can get the core logic and you can understand what are the additional enhancements apart from the core logic. So you see here, Maven job also ran successfully. So in that, the same thing we have implemented code, build, deploy. Now let me validate. If I go to the Tomcat and if I see here, if you can see Maven job deploy is the new one which is created. It is nothing but the same website, but it has created in a different way with a different name. So you can see here the same Maven job can be used to implement the similar type of DevOps lifecycle. So since we have implemented code, build, deploy, I wanted to enhance the facility. Like I wanted to add test, and the code scan what we use sonar, so that sonar, and then I wanted to deploy to Nexus. That means I will put Nexus. So this is what other goals I have added. I click on save and click on build now. Now it will run for the other sections. That means it will do Tomcat deployment and it will do SonarQube analysis as well, and it will do Nexus upload. So all these sections it will do along with test cases. Let's follow the console output. You see the SonarQube analysis happening. Once the analysis happens, it will upload the results. So in the configuration, I have given a wrong name as Nexus. I should give it as deploy so that the job will be success. Let me run it again for you. The red color icon means job is failed. That means something is wrong with the existing configuration. Let me show you the job status of second one. You can see something wrong. That is why it is showing the error message is like this. Now you can see the third one. The sonar cube analysis again happening, and it will definitely get succeeded. It will take a couple of seconds, I guess. Let's wait for 1 or 2 seconds. You see the job is successful. That is how we can implement the DevOps lifecycle phases in using Jenkins. Jenkins is freestyle, Maven, and other type of jobs.